Hello and welcome back to the Country Viewpoint here on Flow FM. Well, it's time to talk about some recent developments. We're talking about the overnight news that Scott's Refrigerated Logistics has entered voluntary administration. And joining me now is Warren Clark, the Nat Road CEO. Great to have you on the line, Warren. How are you?
Thanks, and great to talk to you.
So can I just get your initial reaction to this, Warren, because it's obviously quite devastating news.
Yeah, look, when I was sitting around the kitchen table last night and I saw this come through, I thought that, to me that's a massive shock to industry and a massive shock to everyone, really.
Scott's been around for a very, very long time. Can you just give us some background as to how this has come about?
Well, look, as you say, Scott's have been around for a long, long time, but, I think what makes this concerning is that, they're a very large company and it's highlighting what the small to medium-sized operators are facing every day. And, you look at Scott's, big business, big systems, but with it comes risk. And when you've got an industry that's got a profit margin of 2.5%, industry just simply cannot continue to absorb the demands of the larger customer. And this is one of the major problems here.
So we're talking about higher AdBlue costs and various other consequences which have really come to the fore here. Can you just elaborate on, how this is all going to go going forward? I mean, can we expect to see some of these prices normalise at all anytime soon? Because as we've seen with numerous industries, once a very reputable company like this falls, we tend to get a bit of a domino effect, which is the last thing we want to see in industry right now, as we hope to see supply chain issues improve at some point soon.
Well, I think we saw what a tremendous job transport did through COVID. But to really put it simply, the issues are not going away. We've still got AdBlue prices, we've got fuel prices, which are, close to record prices of all time. It's a major cost for our industry. We've got staff shortages. We've got, we're going to see prices, continue to see shocks in the market go through for, at least the next 12 months.
So can I just get you to speak about the issue of the arrangement with the ATO, which relates to the fuel tax budget decision? Just explain this to our listeners for those that might not be aware.
Yeah, so basically what happened is that, the previous government, they came out and they reduced the fuel excise. All very well and good, aimed at reducing cost of business in the general public, but in effect, it was a poorly thought through decision, and basically what it did was it put more pressure on business. So when I say that, this industry is so tight, the margins are so tight that you've got businesses relying on a fuel rebate for their cash flow. So overnight, Treasury, government just takes that away with no warning to industry. Therefore, it affects their cash flow. I think there was roughly 2,000 heavy vehicle operators that had to go into the ATO and negotiate repayment of their BAS because of the decision that was made in that budget.
So just for some of those who may well rely on Scott's Refrigerated Logistics for their own business interests, you can confirm that the deliveries will be continuing to major supermarkets at least for the next small period of time?
I think what it does, it puts a shock in the market, but, I feel for the 1,500 people that have lost their jobs. But it's a competitive industry. A lot of these people, a lot of these subcontractors will be picked up by other operators in the business. You've got Coles, which is one of the major customers. I'm pretty sure they'll be doing everything they can to ensure that the supply chain isn't interrupted. How successful they are is another question. But you've got 1,500 jobs at risk. To me, you're going to see a little bit of a shock in that market. You'll probably see supermarket shelves empty in some areas.
So do you sort of foresee the industry lobbying the government in any way from this point forward for some sort of relief?
Look, we work with the government on a day-to-day basis. We're always onto the government about trying to reduce cost for industry and trying to get industry a fairer say through the supply chain. The supply chain, I mean, this current government realises how important this supply chain is, but we can't continue to put pressure on industry. Industry cannot absorb it. And this event with Scott's is the first of example to show people how tight our industry is. So, yep, we continue to fight with the government and to push very heavy for transport.
Well, Warren Clark is the CEO of Nat Roads. It's great to have gotten your insights today, Warren. Really appreciate your time and all the very best with everything going forward in what are some rather alarming times.
All right. Thank you very much.